Hey guys, Darkovika here. This is a little bit different than what I normally do, but I am exceptionally tired and I constantly look like a mess. So I decided to do another vlog a little bit differently just so that I could kind of chill and not have to worry about looking at the camera or looking good for the camera. I know it doesn't matter and people would probably still watch even if I looked like a mess, but just for my own my own happiness. I received a question in the last video about from Amy Briggs asking if I had any embarrassing or TMI symptoms, like lots of gas or farting during my pregnancy, and I have been meaning to answer that because I am not afraid to answer that. And I've just been so tired, but it was like a month ago and I feel really bad. If you guys have any questions about my pregnancy or just in general, like please feel free to post them below. I'd be happy to answer. But yeah, I figured I would answer at least this one because I can tie it into my symptoms in general throughout this pregnancy. If I'm a little out of breath in this, just know that whenever I talk, I officially have like an 8 or 9 pound baby pressing up on my lungs. So at this stage, literally anything that means I'm not breathing regularly just causes me to start breathing really hard. It also doesn't help that I've gained like literally 30 to 50 pounds, which I'm not doing the calculations because I don't really want to do the calculations. But yeah, I've gained quite a bit of weight in this pregnancy and I'm keen to lose it afterwards. But no complaints from my doctors. So, as long as they think I'm safe and the baby's safe, that's all that matters. So that said, TMI symptoms or embarrassing symptoms. Oh my God, no one tells you when you're pregnant how much you're gonna fart. And I know that sounds really weird, but I'm dead serious. Like my husband and I would crack up because like I'm a very silent farter. Not even like I know this is really weird conversation. Not even like a deadly one. I literally just you never hear me fart and it's always just like little ones. And so that's me normally. In pregnancy, it was just from like week 5 and on, it was like completely uncontrollable. And I think it's literally just because like stuff's getting pushed around in you. Your body is starting to, I mean, this isn't a scientific explanation. Like you could probably look up an article that explains why you fart so much when you're pregnant. But like it is crazy how much. And like the other day actually, and not quite so funny. I had a fart and it would not come out and it was the most pain I've ever been in my life. I could not walk. We were coming back from an OBGYN appointment and I was literally like leaning on the car in our garage and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't walk. This is the worst thing I've ever felt in my life." And no, it wasn't like Braxton Hicks because it lasted a long time and like I don't know, you just know when it's a fart. But like yeah, it's usually really funny, but sometimes it really sucks. Um I'm trying to think of I'm going to go through the list of my symptoms because like every time I start one of these videos and I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to talk about that." They really don't tell you about this one. Pregnancy brain is real. I forget things instantly. And I'm so tired. I think that's part of it. Like I will get literally so winded and so tired and I'm just like I don't know what I was thinking about, but it doesn't matter anymore. I'm just tired. And so pregnancy brain is a thing and every time I start these videos, all of my ideas, oh no. Excuse me. That was a yawn because why not? Um yeah, every time I start these videos, all of my stuff goes out of my head. So, one of the symptoms that I've been dealing with recently has been swelling in my wrists and hands, and that is like awful. It's like arthritis and carpal tunnel rolled into one and just really sudden. So it's not like arthritis that snuck up on you over the course of your life. It's like all of a sudden you have arthritis and your hands just hurt. I actually have a wrist brace right now on my left wrist, which you can hear it. Because I literally like at night, I don't know what goes on with my wrist, but it hurts so bad. And it kind of reminds me of the pain like when you have to crack your wrist. I don't know. A lot of you probably aren't going to know what I'm talking about. but it's like I feel like I have to crack my wrist, but I can't crack it and it just hurts. And so like it's just this weird tension in my wrist. So now I'm trying to keep it straight and see if maybe after a day of keeping it straight it'll chill out. And also my fingers just swell up like nobody's business. Like I have very long fingers and they're usually very very thin fingers. Like I always used to make jokes with my students when I used to teach music that I have alien fingers, and now they're just like hot dog fingers. They're really long and really swollen. And I mean that like not in a derogatory way. Like I just genuinely cannot think of a better way to explain it, but it's so weird for me. And yeah, everything is just like really swollen and it's like I don't have ankles. Like my leg is just leg all the way to my feet. But thankfully, I don't have any pain down on my feet. So they're just swollen. They don't hurt, which I'm fine with. Like I'll take it. I'll take the swelling without the pain. Thank you. It's bad enough on my hands, but if I couldn't walk on my feet, that would be the worst. At this stage of my pregnancy, my baby's movements feel very thick, big, and heavy. So at 20 weeks-ish, 18 to 20 weeks is when I first started feeling my baby move. And he would, at first, I really could not tell if it was gas or not. This is especially true because you're so gassy when you're pregnant that it's like, it actually could be gas. So I literally couldn't tell. And then I remember I was at my OBGYN appointment and the ultrasound tech was, had the ultrasound thingamajiggy on my belly. And I was explaining to her, well, I can't tell if I've, felt him. It kind of feels like gas. And then on the monitor, we see my baby suddenly lash out and kick. And at the exact same time, where her ultrasound machine scanny thingy is, he kicks that. He really doesn't like the scanner things. And we saw it literally bounce off my belly. And I was like, never mind, there he is. It was very funny. And now though, so like it starts off as these really tiny movements and you're like, wow, I think that was him. And now I literally, if I'm like lying on my side, he will kick so hard that I will move. Like he will move me. I've been moved away from things. Like I've jumped because he's kicked so hard. And a lot of people will describe that the movements start looking a lot like the movie Alien. It really does. Like you see his foot just like stick out through my belly like a point and then go across my belly. And it's so like crazy to look at. And it's not painful usually. Every once in a while, like if I'm too close to a table and he kicks out, my skin gets pinched between his foot and the table and that sucks. But it's not really painful. It's just like really something that you can't ignore. He's actually moving right now, but he's really, really low. So he's moving against like my super lower belly. Another not great symptom, I'm trying to think of the gross ones because that was what the question was about, the uncomfortable ones and gross and TMI ones. You have to pee all the time, and I think for the most part, I've been very lucky in this, but a lot of women lose control of what we call our pelvic floor, which will affect your ability to hold in your pee. And I always thought, like, from the start of this pregnancy, I was like, I'm going to have to literally, like, this is so gross. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to, like, double down on stuff because I have not a great pelvic floor my whole life, which, great TMI. So gross. I really have not been having a hard time with that in the pregnancy. I pee a lot, but, like, I can hold it still. And I'm 9 months pregnant. Like I'm literally at time of recording this, I'm 5 days away from my due date. So I can still hold it. I'm like fine. And a lot of pregnant women will talk about how like their pelvic floor just gets ruined and they can't, like, they'll literally be like trying to get to the bathroom after suddenly realizing that they need to pee a waterfall and then boom, they just pee themselves, which, The Sims, great job of reflecting that part of pregnancy. It is so easy. But yeah, I've been doing fine on that front. I think probably the least fun was It's like, oh, I have so, okay, this was gross, and I'm so sorry. TMI Central. I have so much mucus. It's not even funny. It's so gross. It's like, it just takes over. I literally, sometimes at night, my nose will just, I'll lie down. Okay, I'll start sitting up. I can breathe just fine. I lie down. Bam, I am clogged, gross, nasty. My nose is like shut with mucus and like gross stuff. And I'm just like, why? Why? It's the only thing that wakes me up is the fact that I literally cannot breathe sometimes. And I hate it. I hate it so much. It's the worst. Oh my God. I slept a full night. I don't know why I'm yawning. I do know why I'm yawning. I'm pregnant. This is literally my life. I'm so tired all the time. Fatigue has probably been like the strongest symptom that I've had. I have not thrown up my whole pregnancy. And I don't want to say that like, oh, you know, that's how every pregnancy is. It's not. Pregnancies are so violently different, not just woman to woman or person to person, but also like pregnancy to pregnancy. Like literally, if I have another baby, which I kind of want to, I have another baby, but we'll see how it goes with our first. I'm open. My next pregnancy could be violently different from this. I could be throwing up every day, all around the clock. Fingers crossed that I'm not. But right now, my pregnancy is like a dream come true. Like, even despite the pain and the fatigue and some of the stuff that's really hard to deal with, it's been like not that big a deal on terms of like nausea and throwing up. My pregnancy cravings have been fairly normal. I think the one thing that I've craved the most is water. Literally, like early on in my pregnancy, I was just dying for a cup of water all the time. Hold on. And then, yeah, that's basically my pregnancy in a nutshell. I know I'm missing something. I have been itchy, not terribly itchy, like my belly is itchy now, but no other part of me is itchy. Very, very early on in the pregnancy, my entire body was itchy and then it stopped. So I know that that's like a potential sign of something, but it stopped. So I guess I'm fine. And I haven't felt that literally since like month number 1. Yeah, I am just very tired. I'm very slow. I walk like a penguin sometimes. And at this stage of the pregnancy, my baby likes to drop very low, very suddenly, which is the most bizarre feeling in the world. It's very surprising, very shocking. And I think that is 99.9% the reason you don't see pregnant women really out at 9 months, because like you'll be walking and fine and boom, your baby is in your pelvis and you're just like, oh my God. And you're just standing there like, oh God, I can't move. Like it feels like he's not, but it feels like he's going to drop out. Like it's the weirdest feeling. You're just like trying to hobble over to something and you're like, oh my God. The other problem too is that I can't stand for more than like a minute, maybe max. I literally will be fine, and then my lower back. Why am I? Oh my gosh, I'm so yawny. Usually when I'm like really active like this, it staves off like yawns and stuff. But no, I am yawn city right now. Yeah, I literally have to like sit after like 30 seconds of standing because oh my God, my back hurts so bad, but he's so heavy. So I mean it makes sense. The whole pressing on my lungs thing isn't fun either, obviously, because like I just sound like I'm wheezing all the time and it's so obvious too. Like I'm so worried my microphone is just gonna be like like I mean just sitting here breathing really hard. And then I unfortunately partway through my pregnancy, my laptop that I use for work fizzled out. And I mean it didn't really fizzle out. Okay, what really happened was it just stopped connecting to our router, and what we have to do is restart the router, but we like reset the router, I should say. And we really don't want to because we have a lot of like settings that Brent did on it, and so we just keep putting it off. But I've been working on my desktop, but the problem about my desktop is that my desktop is upstairs on our second floor. So every day I have to walk up the stairs to get to my desktop, which is fine, sort of. I mean, exercise is good, and it could potentially put me in labor, which I would very much like at this point because my due date is in 5 days, and I'm tired. I would like to have this baby. Um, but yeah, if I go past my due date by a week, we talked with my OBGYN and she set up an inducement date, so by the 29th I will be induced into labor. So, August 29th is the absolute latest that my baby will be born, which is, funny. Another thing that we've had to deal with is dodging birthdays in August because August is birthday month for basically all of Brent's side of the family. Like his Meemaw was born, his Meemaw, which it was their name for his grandmother on his father's side. And none of that matters to any of you. She was born in August. Her husband was born in August. His brother was born in August. His father was born in August. His brother-in-law and my brother-in-law, it was born in August. His nephew, one of his nephews, I believe, is also born in August. And his nephew's daughter has roughly the same due date as me. So, his nephew is having a daughter, and that baby is to be born in August. Sorry, I worded the sentence really weird the first time. It's like, there's so many, I haven't even named them all. I think his cousin is also August. Literally everyone is August. He's August. I almost forgot. He is also August. August 20th is my husband's birthday. And literally he was like, I want my son to have his own, like, this wasn't planned. Like, what you'd think this would be planned. Like, I was like, yes, we're going to have every single day in August taken by birthdays. No, this wasn't planned at all. It was literally just, hey, we should start trying because we want to have a baby, and sometimes these things take a long time. It didn't. It happened right away, and sure enough, the due date is August. Even better is if my baby did miss August, there is a chance that my baby could share a birthday with my brother, who is September 1st, or his fiance, who is September 2nd. So we're literally like dodging birthdays left and right. It's like, it's really funny. He's like, I want my son to have his own day for himself and not share a birthday with anyone. And I was like, well, considering how many birthdays there are in August, I don't know if we could feasibly do that. But, worst case scenario, I will make sure that my son always has a day for himself and it is not sharing a day with anyone because I want him to feel that at least one day in the year is his. And so we'll figure it out. If he shares a birthday with someone, we'll stagger it because I want him to have his own day. But yeah, I think that's basically everything. I honestly am tired and my brain is like, I'm going to end this video and be like, oh, there was another one that I didn't talk about that that was my fault. I think that tone of voice accidentally cued a yawn. But yeah, that's basically it. I've been very chill this pregnancy. My hormones have been a little crazy every so often. Oh, I did recently really start craving a snow cone. So I bought a snow cone machine. There you go. I bought a snow cone machine. Best $50 I ever spent. That thing is a godsend. I've had like 20 snow cones. Ice, like chewing on ice. I don't know what it is about ice, but that is, sorry if you hear my phone throughout this video. I need to fix some notifications for an app I have. It's like constant. But yeah, I literally just, I don't know what it is about chewing ice, but it is like a godsend when you are pregnant in summer. So that's been my addiction recently. And I gotta tell you, when you're pregnant and you eat something that you were either craving or that your pregnancy just decides is really good, it is like over the moon good. I had some enchiladas. I said that really weird. Enchiladas really early on. And oh my God, they were the best enchiladas I've ever had in my life. Like I cried. I was at the table and I bit into this enchilada and it was like, I cried. I had tears. Our family laughed so hard. I was just sitting there like, this It's the most amazing food I've ever had. I was like in tears over how good it was. And that was just funny. That was just very funny. But yeah, thank you so much everybody for being here and listening to me rant while I think No Man's Sky is going on in the background. Don't ask. I just randomly decided I wanted to play No Man's Sky, and Brent and I have been having an oddly good time with that. Like, it's weirdly just a very fun game now, and there's so much to do, and I haven't even done the story in like 2 days, and I still have too much to do in the game. But yeah, it's still a little buggy, but it's still very fun. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you have a wonderful time. Please feel free to drop any questions that you have in the comments, and I will do my very best to do another video, probably similar to this one. I'm gonna get off this video and sit here and try to catch my breath. I've been trying to hide this whole video because no one wants to listen to someone breathe really close to a microphone. No one wants to listen to that. So I'm just gonna sit here and try to catch my breath. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.